This Johnny Manziel will join me right here at this desk about 11:30 Eastern. My man, Johnny, don't miss it. But first up, I do say good morning to Keyshawn Johnson, who may not be having the greatest of mornings considering his Lakers performance last night.
No, I was mad last night. Good morning, Skip.
Well,
I was mad last night, not today.
Keep the anger. No, I want you to keep the anger for this A block that we're about to dive into, because Anthony Davis was not able to play last night because of what the team called a headache and nausea. That's concerning. And I'm not sure how much AD would have mattered last night, considering the Warriors went 26 of 41 from three. Remember, the all-time record is 29, so they made 26. Golden State won each of the first three quarters by 9, then by 2, then by 6, on the way to a very easy 134-120 win. That lifted Golden State to within a half game of the Lakers in 9th place in the West. So it's now very possible the Lakers could wind up in 10th place in the final play-in spot and have to win a do-or-die game at Golden State just to advance in the play-in. So, Keyshawn, as a lifelong L.A. born and raised Laker fan, scale of 1 to 10, where are you on the alarm scale?
Well, I would probably say about a 7, Skip. You know, I was at a 5, now I'm at a 7, because it's very clear. It's very evident that when LeBron and AD aren't on the floor, this is entirely different.
Together, yeah, the two of them.
Either or. Together or either one. You can look at this team and you say, okay, well, LeBron James leaves with about 3 minutes and some change left in the third quarter. They're down by 6. And then all of a sudden, they're down by 17 at the start of the fourth.
Fast. It did. I was like, whoa.
Dude just went to get some water, man.
Yep.
And then when he came back on the floor in the fourth quarter, we got a nice 6-0 run going.
Yep.
But then that kind of, we never could close the gap the way we needed to. And you can clearly see it. LeBron James said it in the postgame, that it's a different team when Anthony Davis is on the floor. And his opponent in Draymond Green said the same thing.
Yep.
Different team, different situation when Anthony Davis is on the floor. Now we go back to some of our players and our role players. LeBron James did what LeBron James could do, man. He scored 33 points. What the hell else more do you want him to do? I mean, he plays solid and sound all the way across.
He did.
What else could he do? But I need help. I got to have D'Lo. I can't have D'Lo shooting the ball and being 3-11, 2 of 7. If you're supposed to be the scorer, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, I get it. You got to the free throw line.
He did.
And you made those free throws. You're 6 for 6. So you got those points. But in the end, you're 3 of 11 from the field. You're 2 of 7 from three-point land. At some point, you've got to hit those shots. And I know for the last several days or games, I've been saying the same thing about him. If you're our guy who's supposed to score and fill it up and take those shots, you got to cash them in. You just got to. Same thing with Austin Reeves. You got to cash him in.
At least Austin Reeves sort of snapped out of his slump last night.
He did, just not enough.
Yeah, but I mean, he made 4.
I mean, when you think about it, some of the things that we were doing, and Hachimura has been playing well, but come on, man, you can't just be allowing people to block your shots left and right. I mean, they had
Although that Gary Payton block, that was a foul. He just hammered him.
It looked like a foul, but it wasn't called a foul.
No.
You're bigger than him. Flush that thing, man. Don't go up timid. You normally don't do that.
You're way
You
bigger
normally go up aggressive, okay? And so...
You should have dunked him.
It felt that way.
Yeah.
And so now we had a perfect opportunity, because obviously I'm scoreboard watching. I'm watching the Suns. I'm on this, you know, I got my TV over here. I'm switching back over there. Kings over here. I'm watching. The Kings gave us an opportunity, and so did the Suns.
They were up 20 at Oklahoma City and blew that.
And so when you start looking at that, you're like, this is a perfect opportunity. But there's no answers. When you have literally everybody that took the floor in meaningful minutes for Golden State hit a 3.
Yep.
Everybody. Chris Paul was knocking down 3s. And he's usually a floater guy who gets to a spot.
Yep.
But he's pulling and knocking down 3s.
He was.
Klay Thompson, Draymond Green was 5 for 5 in the first half. Knocking down 3s. Like, this is a 30% three-point shooter. Okay? Now he's just knocking them down like Like he Klay Thompson.
All 5.
I just was like,
Yep.
we couldn't buy a break.
No.
And that's where things are. And what can you do now, Skip, other than say we got 2 games left against Memphis and the Pelicans. Let's go on the road. Let's get these and then hope that those other teams in front of us lose too, and we win. That's all we can do.
Because we kept thinking, who's going to have the motivation to even play their players down the stretch? But now it looks like just about everybody does, because everything is so log-jammed everywhere that even New Orleans, unless they make a case to themselves, we'd actually be better with this seed than that seed. But it looks like New Orleans would
I don't
play
even know how you could do the math right now.
It's hard. It is
to
crazy.
even know how to position yourself from a seeding standpoint.
Okay. First thing I want to say is I appreciate that LeBron played last night, because there were early reports that he was not at the arena yet when they announced about AD, and a lot of people were reporting that he wasn't going to play either. And I thought, well, maybe he just decided if AD's not going to play on TNT, I don't want to go out there and play. I'll just rest up for whatever we've got left. And to his credit, he showed up, albeit later than usually. He's there like 4 hours before.
He got a little extra time to rest.
He did, but he played. And he played 35 more minutes. And I'm going to say this again, just for the record. We're almost home now. We're almost to the postseason, and he has played the 4th highest minutes per game in the league. So he gave you almost 36 minutes more last night. And to your point, he played hard all night long. He gave you all he could give you. And I hope it's not too much for the playoff run. That's all I'm saying is it's not like he saved himself for the playoffs. It's almost like he's spending himself to try to keep you in the play-in. That's how it feels right now, although they can't fall out of the play-in, but they could fall to 10th, right? And if they fall to 10th, they'd have to go to Golden State and win a game just to advance in the play-in. All right, now to AD. I first guessed this the other day after the Sunday night game on Monday's show. I told you Darvin Ham looked scared to me when he was asked about AD's health after he got slapped in the eye, remember, by Kyle Anderson and when playing against the T-Wolves. And I told you guys to open the show, I said, he looks very concerned to me, because I just expect him to say, oh, he'll be fine. We fully expect him to be ready for Tuesday night. He was tight-lipped. He was terse. I think AD got rocked. I think he might have gotten concussed by it, because if you're still having headache and nausea, you got concussion syndromes going. So maybe there's something deeper than I got poked in the eye again. There's something more to the story, because Keyshawn, he had all the way from Sunday night to Tuesday night to recover from getting hit in the eye. This is the second time, because he got hit in the eye March 16th, back when they played Golden State the previous time. I'm just telling you, I don't know. Is he going to be okay? Is he going to have to wear some kind of mask or goggles to protect his eye? Is his head okay? I don't know. But if he can't play down the stretch, they're going to lose these 2 games.
Over. If he doesn't play, it's over. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap that they're going to be 10th.
It's
right?
Over.
Okay, so you don't think they could go to Golden State and win a...
If he doesn't play.
Oh, if he doesn't play against Golden State.
If he's just done for the year.
Then that's it. I agree.
It's over.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right, now to Golden State. Keyshawn, you were in the wrong place at the worst time last night without Anthony Davis, because I told you yesterday on the show I picked Golden State to win this game. I didn't know. We both thought Anthony and LeBron would play. LeBron was coming off the flu-like symptoms. But the point was, Golden State's now won 8 of 9 games, and they're starting to look Golden State-ish to me. They found their rhythm. They got the band back together. They got Clay back in the starting lineup. That team is starting to cook like it used to cook. And I know Steph's on the backside of his career, but he's looking like MVP-ish Steph. He's still, I mean.
They all look the same to me.
Okay, they do. And Clay's back in the starting lineup
they all look the same.
Rhythm. They're in rhythm. And Draymond said he went to some gym here in L.A. and got up some shots. Good for him yesterday, because he knew they were just going to dare him to shoot, because they just back off and wave at him. Remember, it's like Caitlin Clark waving, Ravenjaw, just go ahead and shoot that. Well, that's what they do to Draymond. So he came in ready to shoot it, and he made his first 5. And those were huge shots momentum-wise for Golden State, because it's just hard to overcome. If he's going to make them too, you're going to be in big trouble. So this is what gets me about the Lakers. they do not defend the three at all. So they have now allowed the third worst threes made per game. They allow 14 a game. It's a lot, man.
Well, 2 of the 3 guys that's on the floor for Golden State, no matter what defense you put it, how you try to defend it, they're going to knock them down.
Okay, usually
you leave a guy like Draymond open and you take your poison. If he hits him, happy for you. If he hits him, happy for you.
Yeah, Wiggins, you kind of say, well,
Wiggins
whatever.
is a Wiggins. He can hit him too, but you know, Chris Paul, those 3 guys, you don't have to defend them nearly as hard as you do with Clay and Steph. But Clay and Steph, they know how to get to their spots and get open and move around. And if you set a screen for them, you might as well forget it.
Okay. So would you believe in the 4 games against Golden State this season, this regular season, Golden State shot 45% from 3 against you? That's a lot. Yeah. They have made an average of 20 per game. 20 per game against you? Keyshawn, it's hard to beat somebody when they're making 23s a game in the 4 games.
Oh, of course. They're shooting 63% and you're shooting 34%.
Yeah. And the one game you beat them, it was 145 to 144 in double overtime. So in those 4 games, they're averaging 134 points against you. It's not good. It does not bode well if you have to deal with them in a one and done situation, a game, a do or die game. So I'm going to show you quickly, if we can do quickly.
Knocked out too.
He did. He knocked down 2. They were all. It just gets contagious. So they made 26 threes. Let's see how the Lakers defended the 3 last night, and let's bang through all 26, and we'll see what happened. And you'll see what happens with Draymond's threes. But here, they just ignore him, and he made the first one. Now you're in trouble. And there's Clay, and there's Clay, and there's Steph, and these are fairly contested.
Yeah, but those guys, as I said before, you can contest them all day long.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
They're gonna knock them down, but when you leave Draymond wide open and he's hitting them, you're in trouble.
Yeah. And Steph. There's a semblance of defense here, but that's okay. Now you're out of your mind. Now you're completely unconscious. And there's your guy Peyton, and there's Steph again. Oh, boom. Okay. And now they're unconscious. Pajemski is making them.
Everybody made them.
Everybody is making them.
If anybody that plays significant minutes,
it looks like they're quitting on defense. It looks like they're not even covering anybody.
Think about it, Skip. Anybody that played over 12 minutes for them last night hit a 3. Okay. If you was on the floor beyond 12 minutes, you hit a 3.
All right. So the problem is, again, the Lakers allow 14 a game, which is very high. It's the 3rd worst. But they're at the bottom of the barrel. They're second from the bottom in threes attempted. So they're not a 3-point shooting team.
No.
And if they're up against a team that shoots the lights out against them.
LeBron only attempted, 3 last night?
Made 1 out of 3.
1 out of 3. Okay. And if you think about it, our 3-point shooters, for the most part, is Austin Reeves and D'Lo.
Especially D'Lo.
And if he's not hitting those, then we don't have a 3-point shooter out on a consistent basis out on the floor. AD just this year completely went away from shooting threes. Yeah. He decided, okay, I'm not going to shoot threes this year, although he put up some, but not nearly where he was in the past. And then LeBron, to his credit, he's shooting 40+% from 3 this year and gotten better, but people seem to think, like yourself, that he's preserving his percentage. So therefore, after going 9 or 10, he's cut back on shooting threes this late in the year, which I don't think that's the case.
Doesn't it smell like that more and more? So the next game he tried 1, and the next game he tried 1, and now this game he tried all of 3.
Yeah, but he dominated down low. You see how he just backed them down and got underneath the rim and bam. Or he came full steam ahead and they literally moved out the way.
Keyshawn, he needs that 40% from 3 for a whole regular season for the GOAT case that he tries feebly to make. I'm sorry, that's exactly what's happening.
No, it has nothing to do.
By the way, it has everything to do with it. But the other point is that occurred to me last night, is it possible that LeBron would not mind being in the 10th seed because nobody's ever come from the 10th seed to the NBA Finals, Wouldn't that be another feather in quote-unquote GOAT cap?
What's the difference between the 10 and the 9?
Well, I mean, it's just the bottom. You're the last seed.
Yeah, but why would
right?
I want to be in the 10th if I could be in the 9? It's the same thing. I still got to play 2 games.
Okay, but I'm saying nobody's ever done it from the 10 seed
Yeah, but he's
to the
not
finals.
calculating, Skip.
Well, why
the man
not?
is not sitting up saying, I'd rather be in the 10th seed so I could look what I've done at the 10th seed.
Well, he may think we got just as good a chance out of 10 or 9, like you just said. But why wouldn't you prefer 10? Well, it's not the same thing because you have to go on the road if you're 10. You have to go win at Golden State.
I can't beat Golden State at home, and then I got to go on the road. I can't beat Golden State on the road. What difference does it make?
Okay, Golden State is all of 1 game over 500 at home this year.
I understand.
Yeah.
You would say
Golden State on the road is 24 and 16.
You would say it's a better shot for a team to go into Golden State and win. And my point to you, though, is nobody sitting at home calculating this in the NBA, trying to figure out how to get to
You don't
the
think
championship.
LeBron is?
No.
The highest IQ
this is
in
not
basketball?
the National Football League where you can look at it and say, I'd rather be the 5th seed than the 3rd seed because I got to play this. They're not doing that.
Well, I think that's all they're doing. I think that's what everybody's doing as we speak.
Why would you even?
It's all about matchups. It's all about. Well, wouldn't that? I can't wait to hear the billions of blind witnesses say, "Could Jordan have taken a team from the 10th seed?" I don't care about what Jordan.
That's over with. Jordan is his history, man. He's already stoned. He's good. We're talking about.
He's current. He's right here.
About LeBron.
He's looking right over LeBron's shoulder as we speak. And LeBron knows it. And he is trying to build a longevity record that would eclipse Michael Jordan.
How in the hell do you think that somebody is calculating I should be the 10th seed?
What are you talking about?
I should be the 10th seed
that's all
so I can say that I went from the 10th seed to the championship. So because Jordan was never ever, he wasn't able to do that.
I'm just saying LeBron is thinking, I could do the 10 seed, and wouldn't that be something if we got in a roll? If he gets AD back, start.
No, you can't.
Keyshawn, I don't know what you're talking about. That's all anybody is doing right now. Everybody's looking at their matchup. No, they're trying to look at how can we do this.
But if I'm already the 9th seed, I have to play Golden State regardless if it's at Golden State.
You understand what LeBron's up against. He's 4-6 in the finals against a guy who went 6-0 with 6 MVPs. It's impossible.
If you told me that he's trying to get to the final to win it, then I'd be like, of course.
Okay,
but you're sitting here trying to make the case that this man wants to be the 10th seed.
No, he would look at it and say, boy, wouldn't that be a big feather in my GOAT case cap, right? That would be, that's all I would hear about for the next 5 years. I would hear about coming from the 10 seed. And he shot 40% from 3 in a regular season. Wow. Okay.
So you really sit here. You want to sell me that this man is sitting there contemplating going to the 10th seed. But I guess it's the same case you made about him eating whatever he was eating on the bench, as he was sitting there saying, oh, I'm calculating this so that cameras can be on me, as you said, so now people could talk about me eating on the bench.
Oh, he loves the attention. He knows exactly where the cameras are. Well, I mean, who eats on the bench? Nobody eats on the bench except LeBron James. Look at me. I'm eating on the bench.
You got to stop, man.
Well, I mean, it's like the other night. Was it Sunday night? Yeah, Sunday night. He runs up with a minute left. He just runs up the tunnel and leaves his team. Okay, I wouldn't do that. I don't think Michael Jordan would leave his team like that. That's just me.
So he left his team.
Yeah, and he knows all the cameras are going to take him all the way up the tunnel, all the way to the locker room.
He also left last night and didn't shake Golden State's hand and went through the tunnel. Is that a problem, too?
I don't know. I didn't even notice that.
I mean,
that was a wipeout.
I noticed it. Yeah. He also sat on the end of the bench when they took him out the game with a minute some change left.
So you're making negative points about LeBron.
I'm just saying.
Interesting.
I'm letting you know he also did that. So I guess we're supposed to focus in on the fact that the man sat at the end of the bench where the seat was available when they took him out of the game. So that's a problem, too. Everything he does is a problem to y'all.
No, I don't think so. I just gave him big props for playing last night. Did you hear me?
But then you always start off giving him big props about something, and then by the time we get to the end, you done cut him up, sliced him, bandaged him back up, peeled it off the scab, all that.
I know he would sit there and look at this and say, boy, if I could come from the 10 seed, whew. Well, I'd hear it from you.
You done lost your mind, man. No dude is sitting there going, wow, I want to be the 10 seed so I can show everybody nobody ever came from the 10 seed, and I'll be the best and the first to ever do it.
You got to catch up to this GOAT argument. You're not into it yet. You'll get it. You'll get there. You'll understand.
It's not an argument to have.
Well, I know you don't do it, but you need to join the party.
It's not an argument to have because everybody has an opinion on who the GOAT is.
What's your opinion? What's yours?
I don't have one.
Oh, you don't have, everybody has one except
other than I enjoy all of them, from Kareem to Magic to Michael to LeBron to Kobe. I enjoy all of them.
What do you do? Like this? That's what you do. Yeah. When it comes to GOAT arguments, you do this.
I absolutely
don't look at me.
Because I'm not going to take a stand. Because it's ridiculous.
I don't want to alienate Michael. I don't want to take a stand. I don't want to alienate LeBron. I want to have dinner with both of them. Okay, there's no Achilles tear for Giannis, but that's